Good morning, Chad, man. Good morning, Speed Monkey. Good morning, Cynthia. Good morning, Jeff Digital. Good morning, Timothy. Good morning, Tina. Somebody just got a number one gifter badge. I haven't even really started talking yet. Hey, somebody sending me a rose. Hello, Persian. Hello, Ray. Hello, Professor Chaos. Good morning, Annie Lee. It's kind of fun reading the names. Some of the names are fun. Some are just names, and those are cool too. Oftentimes, I beg people to put their names in because I like to call them by their names. But I forget who just went by, Professor something. I thought his name was funny. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. I am coming at you from Naperville, Illinois. It's a town of about 150,000 people. It's about 35 miles west of Chicago. This is a show I've been doing for quite some time. And it's changing formats and it's changing platforms. And I was just laying in bed right now and I was going, what do I want to do? Do I want to lay in bed? Do I want to get up and drink some coffee? And the obvious answer to that was yes. Do I want to go on video? Do I want to talk to the audience? Do I want to do my regular morning video? Do I want to go live at 8 o'clock like I normally do? I am early today, Ann Lee. And I don't know what the answer was. I don't know if I had a great answer for anything that I was doing. But the one thing I did know, the one thing without a doubt I did know is that I wanted to get my coffee. I'd made my coffee at about 4 o'clock this morning and I went back to sleep for a couple hours. And I have a nice hot cup of coffee. And I am looking forward to taking my very first sip on this. What day is it? Tuesday morning. And I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. I actually forgot what I'd made this morning. I like to buy a variety of coffees. Sometimes I was really into a pumpkin spice kick for a long, long time. And mixed it up with, I don't even know, all sorts of different flavors. But it's the dark roast. It's the dark roast. It is the dark roast. Oh. Did Maggie call yesterday? I do not know who Maggie is. Is that why? See, my voice just went up. What does that mean? Colombian coffee is good. Coffee is so good. And again, this is a show about me sharing my love of coffee and kind of talking about things. And again, I was laying in bed and I was kicking the idea not going on. I didn't go live yesterday or do my regular morning video. And I wasn't sure if I was going to go on today. And I don't know. For the longest time, I've been doing this show as sort of a therapy for me. I'm going through my second divorce, having a lot of challenges in life. I realize we all have challenges. And we all have issues and we all have struggles that we're working through. About the time that the poop hit the fan for me, though, I stopped drinking alcohol and smoking pot. And I think it put me in a special predicament because I think alcohol, and for me at least, smoking marijuana wasn't a good habit. It was at least a habit that dealt with my feelings and dealt with my emotions and dealt with stuff, my anxiety and depression and, fear and worry and, all those things. So suddenly I was overwhelmed with real life issues like, separation and divorce and, financial struggles that we all have. But I didn't have my main two coping mechanisms, which was drinking some Heineken or was smoking some pot, honestly. And I've struggled. I've faced challenges. I've felt sad. I've cried. I've been in pain. I've, and through it all, I started talking on these videos and kind of self-therapy, self-soothing, if you will. And the last couple of days, I didn't feel I needed to as much. And I felt like, again, yesterday I took the day off, and this morning I'm doing it in a sort of different format. And what isn't being said, because this isn't my regular audience, this is one of my old favorite mugs. It's a Lego mug with my name, Kenny, on it. And I have, I have regular mugs I use, and I was trying to build a brand and kind of building a brand that was Coffee with Ken. And I know you're probably reading this backwards, but I kind of wanted to mix it up. I really like my Coffee with Ken mugs, honestly, but I think this mug's pretty cool as well. And yesterday I have a variety of mugs. A lot of people know I like coffee and have for a number of years, and friends would give me mugs that have special meanings to me. And over the last year, since Coffee with Ken, came on or came into existence, in its official format, whatever that means, kind of putting aside all these fun little mugs. So I wanted to bring one of my fun little mugs back. I brought one yesterday and it said, "Things will work out." And it's such a good phrase, because things do work out. Things. Hey, thank you so much for following the host. I so appreciate that. I do have little goals. I've been on this platform for since November 16th of 2021. I'd like to hit 10,000 followers by March 31st, so I appreciate you following the host, Pork Boy's Life, or Porky Boys. See the movie Porky's? Are you named that from the movie Porky's? It's kind of a really raunchy movie from the 70s. Anyway, wow, you don't hear anybody talking about Porky's. You still see Fast Time at Ridgemont High and, some other movies of that, what's one with Tom? Risky Business and other movies of that ilk. But a couple of years before, Porky's came out. And, I don't know. It's a little cruder version, I think, of that genre. Yeah. Hello, Peggy Smith. Thank you for joining. Usually I do this show at 8 o'clock every morning, and it's a more something format. And again, now I'm just kind of winging it, kind of combining my two videos. I would do a first morning video where I'd have my first sip of coffee. Then I'd go live at 8 o'clock. It seemed like there was a duplication, and it felt a little forced and a little overly produced, honestly. And what I enjoy about doing this on this platform is just its rawness. People will tell me to get a ring light or, interview people or do various things on what is Coffee with Ken. And I don't want to do any of that. I'm just a guy drinking some coffee who likes some company from time to time. And I actually even think having the preset time at 8 o'clock, although it certainly helps build your audience, kind of makes it more stressful and less. They could have been early 80s. But you know what I mean? I only saw the first one. There was really one raunchy scene in the shower, I think. Really raunchy. I'm good, Fiorella. Where have you been? I'm getting some people from the past popping in. Kristen's mom, does that say? 3 Porky's movies. That's hilarious. Because, again, I just remember the first one, and there was a real raunchy scene in the shower. And nobody talks about them. Maybe they didn't make it into cult classicness and, I don't know, like the other movies like Fast Times at Ridgemont High that were kind of that ilk. But I don't know. I remember that being talked a lot about when I was younger. So let's have a little more coffee. You You guys drinking coffee? Is anybody out there with coffee? You take it with cream, take it with sugar, or you drink it black like me? Third Porky. The Porky's Revenge. I don't even. Was the main character a chubby kid or something named Porky? Was there a kid named Porky? Is there a child named Porky? Yeah, very raunchy. Okay. Hello, Annalie. Thank you for joining. And I hope you liked it. This slower format's good. Again, I kind of wanted to mix it up. I felt, I don't know, a little forced having to do. I have a co-star, and I'm going to go get my co-star. Do you want to come with me? I'm going to get a topper on my coffee. Oh, it's kind of nice doing this. Splenda and cream. Hold on, I'm going into the dark kitchen. I'm going into my dark kitchen. Don't leave me. Going into my dark laundry room. There's my, going into the dark outside, and there's my co-star. My dog, Holly. She loves coffee with Ken. Hold on here. I'm going to pour some more coffee, then I'm going to go back in the living room and talk for a while, as long as Holly lets me. She's all fired up and ready to go about her day. You can hear her picking up her toys and throwing them on the floor. She just made her sound like a seal going, roar. And she knows we go for a walk in a little bit. But it's too early to go for a walk. I'm still on my first cup of coffee. I'm still haven't finished talking to you guys. So let me have a little more water. It's important to stay hydrated. Good morning, forensic attorney. She just sneezed on me. Let me give her a little more room to come in. Sometimes she likes to really be a part of this. Hello, it's Joe time. I wish we could. It's Joe time. Somebody just asked, here's her piggy. She likes when I chuck it into my bedroom and she goes to get it. Oh, well, she doesn't totally understand the whole thing of fetch. I wish we had pumpkin spice, Joe. We only have, we're drinking dark roast today. I also have a French vanilla, but it's not made, obviously. And let's cheers to you, though. Thank you for joining. Oh, okay. Here comes Holly again with her squeaky toy. Again, my last dog was a Labrador Retriever. Hello from Southwest Florida, forensic nurse attorney. That's a long name. And I might have misread it, so I apologize if I did. I've talked about it before. I had a chocolate lab named Boo Boo. He was a huge chocolate lab. He weighed like 106 pounds. He was big and thick, a little overweight, of course. But he loved it because he was a retriever. It's amazing how aptly they're named. You ready to go get it? Go get it. Look at this. Boo Boo would have jumped over the couch to go get that squeaky toy. Holly, who is not a retriever. She's an English Springer Spaniel, by the way, for anyone wondering. Great dog, wonderful dog, awesome size, 50 pounds. Doesn't so instinctively, it's amazing, go and play fetch like Boo Boo did, my retriever. Holly wants to play. She'll get a toy and kind of do this, kind of move back and forth and want me to go try and get it. She doesn't know what she's doing with it, though. Boo Boo understood the rules because he was a retriever of fetch. Holly thinks it's interesting that I go chuck a toy, but she's not totally sure why I'm chucking it. As she feels kind of like I'm ruining the game. She doesn't understand that that is the game. Do you know what I mean? Let's have a little more coffee. So I don't know how long I'm going to talk for you. I don't even know when I went on today. I'm kind of enjoying this slightly different format. I am early today, match PT. I just kind of wanted to do something a little different and thought about not going on video at all because, I don't know. I've been doing the same format of morning video every morning for over a year. And, it was important to me, but I'm not so sure I need it in that same format. Not sure what I need. I'm not sure what the future holds. We never know exactly what the future holds, and I think accepting that and being okay with that is an important step in feeling better. It was interesting. I woke up, maybe a little more coffee. I'm A little worried one of Holly's hairs is going to fly into my coffee. I did a video about that yesterday. It's not what you want, dog hairs in your coffee. You know what I mean? I woke up at 4 and was laying in bed, made my coffee, thought about getting up and starting my day. And I was listening to some positive affirmations, as I have a tendency to do. Hello, good morning, Tara Jane. And I personally think they're so important and have gotten me through a lot of hard times. And sometimes I'll hear them and sometimes I won't. And I think just being okay with that, that you don't have to absorb every word that's spoken, that you're going to miss some and your brain's going to go off into some stressful thoughts or some anxious thoughts or some worries about things, whatever those things may be to you, because we all have worries. Hello, Tara Jane. And one of the affirmations was about living in the now. I don't know exactly what he said, because, and you know anxiety, or I know anxiety is when your mind is in the moment, and anxiety occurs in the future, and it so does. It so does. There's kind of a couple unpleasant little things I got to take care of this week. And the issue isn't the things themselves, if this makes sense, and it might not make sense at all to you. The issue is the anxiety about the unpleasant things. Because at that moment when I'm doing that thing, and I don't want to get into specifics, it won't be that bad. It's nothing horrible. You know what I mean? But just the worry about the things in the future can be so painful. And I know I've struggled with that all my life. And again, listening to positive affirmations, the guy reminded me of that. Oh no. Holly just kicked a bone underneath the chair. Hold on. I got to get this. This is going to cause problems. Holly, hold on. We're doing coffee with Ken a little early today. No more kicking the bone under the chair. Just hearing the guy say that anxiety is when you're not living in the moment made me feel better about. Yeah, Tara Jane, it's so much worse. Tara Jane just said the worry is usually worse than whatever you're worried about. I'm going through a divorce. We know that, so I'll just touch on that. And there's so many little steps to the divorce process. And each one is kind of a sad process, and each one is kind of a stressful process. But when you get to it, it just kind of happens, and it goes quickly, and then it's done. But the week before, I'm going, oh, crap. I got to go to this. What if I'm late? What if I forget? What if I'm not prepared? What if this doesn't happen? What if whatever? All your worries, And you stress yourself out, and you lose sleep, and you feel anxious, and you feel crappy, and you feel sad, and you feel down. And it's okay to have all those emotions, but just hearing, again, listening to those positive affirmations and having this guy say, hey, anxiety is when you're not living in the moment. And it kind of reset my brain for a second. And I said, okay, well, what's happening at this moment? And what was happening at this moment was I was laying in bed, I was warm, I was comfortable, I was safe, I was under my covers, and it felt really good. And I kind of then got back into hearing his positive affirmations. Next thing I knew, it was 2 hours later, and I'd slept for another couple hours, and I felt real good. I don't know what my point is to you about all this. I don't know if I even have a point. But I am enjoying my earlier kind of combo live talk. I don't know if it was better or worse. It certainly has a smaller audience, but that's okay. That's okay. I think I was so focused on getting a lot of people watching and doing it at 8 o'clock sharp every morning and providing certain things, humor or entertainment or great conversation to my audience. It probably was causing more anxiety than I was getting from it. And it's kind of nice having a little quieter one, a little earlier one, just drinking a cup of coffee with whoever wants to be drinking it with me. It's so funny that Holly does this, by the way. I talked about it the other day. I have a little coffee or apothecary table officially. She gets in a good spot. She gets a lot of rubs on her ears. No, I don't think I will be, Zulch. Somebody just asked if I'm going to go live at 8 o'clock. I don't plan to, but you never know what the future holds. I don't plan to. I think my plan is this is going to replace it. But anyway, Holly will get in a good spot. I'll be rubbing her ears like I'm doing right now. I don't know if you can see. I'll rub this one just to show you, but now she's getting an ear rub on both. And she'll love it so much. And she'll move forward like this. And then I'll start rubbing her back, and then she'll love that, and she'll move forward again. I'll rub her butt, and she'll love that. But then she'll go, oh crap, what about my ears? And she'll go do a lap around the coffee table and come on back to position A. She loves position A, which is her ears. Still got a couple burrs in here. I cut out most of them. I saw her do it. We were on a walk, and she's so spastically excited when we're walking. And, I got most of them out, but there's still a few chunks in. They're not fun to pet. They're not bothering her anymore, but it just makes her soft hair a little less soft. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at this. Then she kind of attacks me, turns on me, gives me a look. Hi, go girl. You'll go girl. What do you think about this early coffee with Ken, Holly? When are we going to go for a walk, Dad? I don't care about coffee with Ken. That's what Holly says. But anyway, I'm going to have a little more coffee. Not sure how much I have for you or what I'm going to talk about. I do enjoy this platform. It has been really important for me in my healing journey over the last year and a half. Gave me something to focus on when times were tough. Allowed me to express myself in when I needed to get stuff out. Because I think a lot of times we all need to I'm going to get a little more coffee. Do you guys mind if I get a little more coffee? You do. That stuff. I'm going to get a little more coffee. So if you guys have some coffee, I would recommend you get some too. You want to go outside, Holly? She's got her, look at this. All right, she's got a rawhide. She wants to go back outside. All right, it'll be just you and me. Whoever you is and me. It's a little more challenging. Aaron, I talked about it before. I usually drink my coffee out of this big bad boy. It says coffee with Ken on it, if you can't see it. I'm drinking it out of this little shot glass cup. I mean, there's some benefits to the shot glass cup. It's not really a shot glass. It's probably 8 or 10 ounces versus 16 ounces in my official Coffee with Ken mug. It's good in that it stays hot because a 16-ounce cup of coffee, you got to really slam it if you want to keep it warm. I don't know. That's unfortunate. Oh, here you're back. Did it get glitchy? Sometimes it gets glitchy. I don't like when my lives get glitchy. Again, I think caring less probably is better for our health and better for our minds and makes us feel better. Just not worrying about stuff. And if my live video gets glitchy, all right. If my live video gets glitchy from time to time, that's probably okay. Life goes on. The only time it really becomes an issue is when I go back and rewatch these and splice them into different videos. I can lose some content and take the flow out of what I'm saying. Sometimes I'll touch on a subject that I think is worth making another video. And they don't have to be real good subjects for those that watch my videos. They can be sauerkraut or dog walks or anything, snow. But sometimes it'll be a more important topic. And if the connection disappears and I'm going back and trying to create a cool video out of it, sometimes it's not as good. But it's could be a summary for life. Sometimes life's not as good. But we don't give up. We keep going. We keep plugging along. We keep getting out of bed. We keep pouring some coffee. Keep putting our pants on, although I'm still just wearing my PJs this morning. We keep, hello, Joy. I thought I'd go early today, Joy. I thought I'd go early. One of my most frequent watchers, Joy, just tuned in, so I'm going to catch her up. I didn't know if I wanted to do my regular video or do my live video, and I didn't know if I wanted to do videos at all. So, Joy, I mixed it up. I broke out a different cup. Joy's into organization. So I talk about getting rid of stuff in our lives. Some could say having extra mugs is stuff in our lives. But to me, this is an important mug given to me by my daughters, my older daughters when they were young. I'm sure their mom had something to do with the creation. They were probably too little. But it was like a Christmas present or a birthday present. It's a Lego mug with my name on it. So I'm not drinking out of the standard Coffee with Ken mug. And I am drinking my coffee out of a little Lego Kenny mug because it's cute. And I thought it would put a smile on my face. I'm a guy that believes in habits and rituals sometimes. And sometimes I found like consistent morning rituals or routines would get me through hard times. And they do. But what's interesting and what I found is sometimes it feels great to totally blow off the routine and to do things a little different and to not put on the right shoe first and then the left shoe or walk my dog at 6:45 every morning or to use the same coffee cup or go to the same way to the office or, what have you, to mix things up. I was making my bed so religiously for the longest time, and I was getting my yoga mat. I was going through my yoga routine so consistently and every day. And for like a year straight, I didn't miss doing my morning yoga. And I'm not saying to blow off exercise because I think exercise is important. But I think what I'm saying is it's occasionally okay to mix it up and not be so routine, not drink out of the exact same mug and not go live at 8 o'clock and not do a morning video the exact same way and maybe to stay up a little later or go to bed a little earlier to do things a little different. And I know for me, honestly, it feels kind of like a vacation. I'm going to feel good. I love doing these live videos and they've helped me a ton and they've helped me get through a lot of hard times. But sometimes waiting around till 8 in the morning to do them, I don't know, kept it on my to-do list, if that makes sense for you. And all of a sudden, when I'm done doing the live video, it's like 9 o'clock. And 9 o'clock, sometimes I want to be out the door at 9 o'clock. And I drink, to be honest, I start drinking coffee when I got to get out of bed. So, sometimes I've been on my second pot of coffee at 8 o'clock when I go live. I was going to say, and I don't know if I always want to drink a second pot of coffee, but that probably isn't true. I tend to do things to excess, whether they're candles. And I still haven't bought any new candles. Or, hello, Cindy Strickland, or drink water. Well, I'm glad you did, Joy, because I just like seeing your name. Your name makes me happy. I am early, Cindy Strickland. I'm mixing it up a little today. Still no green, Panda. Not even tempted. Somebody just asked, still, I assume they meant green. They're talking about weed. No. I haven't done either. And again, I don't want to get into, substance, whatever, pot smoking or drinking or whatever. But I just know for me, thank you. It was, I don't know, I was just kind of avoiding life a little bit by smoking pot and drinking beer. And I'm taking life on. And I'll tell you what, life can throw a mean right hook. Let me tell you. Life's kicked my ass. Life is winning. It's up 4 rounds to 1 on me through 5 rounds right now. But I'll tell you what, I still got some fight left in me, and I'd rather take life on and feel life and be on equal terms than just submit to life and numb myself with alcohol or pot. And again, I know, I've had some great times smoking and drinking. There's no doubt about it. But for me, I wasn't even having great times doing it. I was just going, kind of sucked. Wasn't working. So now I just drink coffee and walk my dog and do TikTok videos Yeah, Addicted to Sober is actually a lot of fun. And I saw it once. Where the high was when you're sober. Because you were so used to being high, it wasn't even high anymore. High was low. That's so true. For me, I go, is that all pot has for me? It's like how I feel most of the time. This isn't that fun. And I tell you what, the first day when you stop smoking is kind of challenging because your body's going, hey, you're kind of still in a dull haze. But then on the second day, you're going, hey, wow, life's not perfect. If I stub my toe, it still hurts. If I stub my toe, it still hurts. If I get in a fight with my wife, it still hurts. If I'm going through a divorce, it hurts. If I get fired at work, it still hurts. But at least you're taking on life with some clarity. And for me, it was important at this time. Again, I'm 54 years old. I smoke pot probably fairly regularly. I was thinking about it. I was saying 30 years the other day on a video, but it hadn't been 30 years regularly. But 20 years, I don't know, 15 or 20 years, it was pretty much almost every day. Yeah. And for most of the day. And again, it just lost its fun and lost its goodness and lost its efficacy if it ever was efficient or effective. I think that's what effective efficacy means. Let's have a little more coffee. I got a bunch of different mugs, by the way. I wonder if my audience would like all my different mugs. Yeah, not fun and expensive. Yeah, it's just stupid. And then I used to love, I don't know, it's weird. I talked about it. Not fun and expensive. I was cheap with my pot smoking, so I would smoke out of a one-hitter, assuming you know what that is. It's a little fake-looking, usually often looks like a cigarette, so you could smoke it in public and people wouldn't know. But it was metal, and it had a little bowl at the end, really tiny. It would make pot last, but still, as often as I was smoking, it was probably, and I wouldn't smoke alone, it was probably at least $100 a week. Yeah, at least $100 a week at it. And then for me, when I was smoking, I was drinking Heineken, which tasted so good. I was probably having, 3 12-packs a week or 4 12-packs a week. I'd usually go through one, I'd probably have 8 beers a day. That's 56 beers. That's 4.5 12-packs just about. So 4.5 12-packs a day, a Heineken, that's another $60, $70. So that's $170 a week. And it was causing me to work less and do less, although I'm currently kind of unemployed, honestly. I was a realtor, and I wasn't maximizing I thought it made me better. I think I thought it made me better. Ride while high. When did you ride your scooter if you smoked every day but didn't ride while high? Well, I either rode it in the morning or I rode it on days I didn't have weed, or I'd ride it very short bits when I was high, and that was terrifying. I talked about it on my video yesterday. There's a movie called Easy Rider, which is them about riding a motorcycle across the country and smoking pot. Cybersecurity, that's kind of fun. I just was paranoid. I didn't enjoy it. I get one of my greatest joys is riding my scooter, and even if you had smoked several hours before, you were still not sure if any of it was still in your body, and you'd go and take the scooter for a ride, and you go, my senses are a little dull. And I don't feel comfortable. And wow, the road looks hard. Wow, that pavement looks really, really, really hard. And it probably is. You don't want to find out, I'll tell you that. And then when you just start feeling uncomfortable, CRM management dovetails into, hey, Panda, maybe you should give me some career advice. I'm not totally sure, Joy. I'm not totally sure. But again, you're just kind of if you smoke at 10 o'clock, you're kind of feeling a little sluggish all day, honestly. I don't know the answer to your question, Joy. But you're just kind of feeling sluggish all day. You're just kind of feeling sluggish all day, I thought. Kind of if you drink beer, like if you had oh, well, you're talking in your system like that. If you had a couple mimosas, which are delicious little drinks, by the way, which are delicious little drinks. But if you have a couple mimosas in the morning, you're kind of tired and you're kind of, the rest of the day. You need to keep it going. Yeah, you need to keep it going. Well, the feeling would go right away. If you smoke all the time every day, you don't even have the feeling. You don't even have the feeling. You're not even high anymore. I certainly wasn't. Just enough to not make you not feel comfortable riding a scooter, I'll tell you that. But you didn't feel, oh, hey, this feels awesome, or this music's great, or this food is great, or anything. It just became something to lean on. Glazed the next day. That's a great way to say it. You are glazed the next day. I felt like if I smoked, what was weird is I think I used to golf a lot. And when I was just kind of getting into smoking, I wouldn't smoke while golfing. And I'd go get high one day and I'd be meeting my buddies out in the morning to golf. And I felt a little less able to golf just because I felt, as this person said, Panda, glazed. That's a good way to say it. Like my IQ was 15 points lower. You just feel like because it kind of numbs you. If you're just getting started, it's a good feeling. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. It makes some people paranoid, but if you do it all day, every day, it wasn't fun. Yeah, it helps with anxiety. Hippie Kai, that's a fun name. Hippie Kai. Escaping trauma habit becomes the norm. It does. It does. It does become the norm. And then it just never gets better. It just never gets better. And you just keep going. Wait, where was Hippie Kai's question? What people would, did it keep helping with anxiety for you? Did it help you sleep, Hippie Kai? For me, I think it made sleeping worse. Yeah, the benefits stop. For me, it made sleeping worse. Okay. I have dreams now. I get into REM sleep. I go into deep sleep now. And I never did when I was high. And maybe it's because I was drinking alcohol as well. But I don't think so. And maybe it was the beer. Maybe. But I'll tell you what, for me, the dreams are amazing. Sometimes they're kind of scary. And sometimes they kind of touch your emotions. But I think they're probably your subconscious working through stuff that needs work through. Yeah, diminishing marginal returns. You're right, Joy. There certainly is. Helps me with my vomiting. Helps me with. Yeah, no. If I was, I tell you what. I remember when I was smoking. If I was getting chemo or I was a cancer patient, with nausea or something like that, and somebody told me I couldn't smoke pot, I would have been mad at them because I don't know. I think it would help with nausea. It would help with people that are struggling with all the side effects of chemotherapy. And I wouldn't. I think it should be allowed. I guess what I'm saying is I don't think it should be necessarily illegal. I just think for me it wasn't working. And if I was a chemo patient or a cancer patient or whatever, struggling with all the nasty side effects, I would strongly want to be allowed to smoke marijuana, just because it does help with nausea so much. So, I hear Holly kicking the door. Are we going to keep talking? How long have I been talking? Does anybody know? Has anybody been here from the beginning? Whoa. I don't know why. I got to go get Holly. I'm going to bring my cup. I'm not sure how long I'll talk. If I get a bad connection, we're just going to roll with it. Because we're rolling with things today. That's my theme of the day. 6:51. I wonder what time I went on. I don't know. There's Holly. Hello, Joy is Awakening. 45 minutes. I usually don't like to talk longer than an hour. Oh, yeah. Jack's a sleeper. Jack's 28 years old. Jack's kind of like my son in some ways, but he's so supportive. I don't mean to... I just say he's my son because he's 28 years old. I could have had him when I was 26. And I consider him like a friend. I'm not planning to go live at 8 o'clock again, but I never know what the future's going to hold. Yeah, we don't know what the future holds. I probably won't go live at 8. I don't need to probably go live twice in the morning. Seems a little overkill. But I did want to go live this morning because I just kind of felt like it. Again, I wanted to mix things up a little bit. And just wanted to mix things up a little bit. And... but he's still a mature 28. He is. He's an old soul. Jack actually is not, but he's got a youthful exuberance to him. He seems like a nice guy. I want to call him a kid. And again, I don't want to diminish him. But he does sleep in. He has to set his alarm to wake up at 8. I mean, I appreciate he sets his alarm to watch my live show, that he cares so much. I can't imagine. Because sleep really feels good, doesn't it? If sleep feels good, you don't want to set an alarm unless you have to. Like, got to go to work or a golf tee time or maybe fishing or something like that. Anything that you do early. But I can't imagine setting an alarm to watch me drink some coffee and talk. I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate that he does care so much. And he does. He does. He's a good kid. Sorry, Jack, if you end up watching this tape. Do you and he hang out? No, I've never actually met him. He's been following my lives since I was on another platform, since I was married, since my wife and I were living. He grew up in the town I live in and now lives in Chicago. And he found me on Facebook and has been watching my live for a couple of years now. And has always, I think I got a card from him once. I think he sent me a card. I might have told him my address or said my address on the video. He's a great guy, super nice. And he sent me a card and kind of explained why he's watching and that he likes it and he appreciates it and he loves seeing things about Naperville. And he watches every day. He's going to cry. He's going to wake up. Poor kid. Again, I call him a kid. It's because I'm old. I'm jealous. I'm actually not jealous of being young. I feel good at 54. But what was I going to say? Is it night? Do you prefer the morning? I don't know. I have a show called Coffee with Ken. It just seems right to do it in the morning. I do it. I prefer it in the morning. I wake up and I have a lot on my mind and I'll be struggling in bed and I'll, thinking about problems or anxiety or things in the future or struggling with stuff. And I'll go, crap, I need to talk now. Usually by night I feel good. I've accomplished all the stuff that was on my list and I feel like I've got a lot going on and I've accomplished a lot and I feel good and I'm rested and I'm winding down and I'm just in a better place. And, I don't know, ready to go to just kind of wind down and be quiet. I went live for a bit last night. I had a lot of people asking me bands and groups I liked and stuff like that. But I felt kind of forced a little bit. And it just, I don't know, didn't appeal to me as much. I mean, I'll go live. We don't know what the future holds. We're just going to roll with it is the theme of our day. Do you know what I mean? So, anyway, I'm going to have a little more coffee. Probably going to sign off. We don't know what the future's going to hold. We don't know when we're going to be on next. All we know is I wanted to drink some coffee and come to you live this morning. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining. I so appreciate you, my regular watchers, and any new people that tuned in and making my coffee a little more special this morning. gave me some companionship as I drank my coffee. But again, it's Tuesday morning. It's getting light outside. I got to take my girl Holly here for a walk, and we're gonna have a nice walk and enjoy our morning. We may or may not go live later. I doubt we will, but we may. And we're feeling really good, and we're excited about the future, and we're looking forward to our day. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Holly doesn't want me to go. I'm trying to reach over to touch the phone, but she was blocking me with her arm. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.